The Yankees received some significant news last weekend, and we will address that shortly. The team traveled to Sacramento, which may seem curious given the current situation of the A's franchise. It's easy to understand why they are playing. In a minor league stadium, the Yankees visited Sacramento and won the series, providing an exciting matchup. One player again had a standout performance, while another also made an impact. We will look into these performances, but before that, we need to talk about some information the Yankees received over the weekend regarding a particular pitcher. Unfortunately for him, things took a turn for the worse. He had been optimistic about activating his contract option, which required him to pitch 140 innings this season. If he reached that milestone, an additional year would be added to his contract, allowing him to stay with the Yankees for the following season at approximately $18 million. However, due to an injury, it now seems unlikely that he will reach this innings goal, and with that obstacle, the situation has become even more difficult. The pitcher made a negative impression with his comments during spring training. Despite appearing to have good relationships with his teammates, his remarks about being a starting pitcher didn't seem to value the team effort. After a poor performance last year starting in June, his effectiveness was questioned. His best month between June and September was August, with an earned run average, ERA, around 4.5. In September, this number dropped drastically to about 8.5. He truly struggled and didn't perform well. Last season was challenging for him, especially after June when his performance took a significant dive. The month of August was noteworthy, but even then, his ERA was unsatisfactory. September brought no improvements, and he faced major difficulties, resulting in his absence from the playoffs. Fans didn't see him on the mound. What actions did the team take during the offseason? They tried to trade him, but couldn't find any takers. Despite their efforts, no team showed interest. Even a proposal involving a star player was rejected by the potential trading team. After that, the organization moved on and signed another pitcher, signaling that the current player was no longer considered a part of the rotation. This news was certainly disheartening for him, especially given his competitiveness. However, when a team envisions a new role for a player who didn't perform well the previous season, it's necessary to accept the change. Unfortunately, he insisted on viewing himself as a starter and received a lot of support from the fans despite his poor performance last year. Moving to this season, things haven't improved. He struggled in his first 2 games, allowing 4 earned runs in each, resulting in a concerning ERA. Shortly after, he had knee problems and has been sidelined since. This setback is unfortunate, but it's impossible to ignore his lack of performance last season and in his few appearances this year. While some may attribute his struggles to knee issues, the reality is that he hasn't been effective in his recent outings. The hope is that he fully recovers and can contribute to the team at some point this season, but the likelihood of him activating the option he hoped for seems increasingly remote. In June, his performance for the rest of the season was unsatisfactory. I sincerely hope he improves and gets the chance to play with us at some point this season. However, it seems the contract option he desired so much may not come to fruition. Now, let's move on to the series that took place last weekend. And it's important to highlight Ryan Yaro. He pitched 5 innings, recording 2 strikeouts, issuing 1 walk, and allowing 2 earned runs. During this game, he gave up 2 hits, which was his second start for the Yankees. Currently, his ERA as a starter is 3 runs per game. The Yankees signed him for $2 million around March 24th, just before the season started. Yaro had a decent performance as a reliever with an ERA of 4 earned runs, but his last 2 starts have been quite impressive, especially the most recent one against Oakland. Once again, he pitched 5 innings, struck out 2 batters, walked 1, and allowed 2 earned runs on 2 hits. The Yankees may not have anticipated this development. However, could they have prepared for it? Looking at the rotation, which I mentioned earlier, it's quite worn out. Carrasco and Warren have shown inconsistencies. Will Warren was exceptional in his last game last Friday against Oakland. So much so that it seemed like he went unnoticed as Jason Dominguez hit 3 home runs, completing a game with 3 home runs and becoming the youngest Yankee to achieve that feat at 22 years old. What an impressive weekend for him, with 2 home runs against right-handed pitchers and 1 against a lefty. Ryan Yaro had an outstanding performance, something we Didn't expect, as we thought he would just be filling space, but he was quite effective. Will Warren also had a notable contribution with his performance. It's encouraging that Yarrow is becoming a valuable asset in this Yankees rotation, something we urgently need. As for Carrasco, it's unfortunate that things haven't gone as planned. According to reports, there's a chance we might see him again this season, as Carrasco passed through waivers and is now in Scranton for the Yankees. However, Ryan Yarrow has had 2 solid performances for the Yankees and looks promising in this rotation. We need to see how this unfolds. As I mentioned earlier, Jason Dominguez had an extraordinary night on Friday, recording 3 hits, including 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. What an incredible weekend he had. He followed that with a hitless game in the second game of the series, but bounced back with 2 hits in 5 at-bats yesterday, scoring 2 runs. This young player is showing great potential. I really don't understand why some people don't value his talent. This season, Dominguez has a batting average of .250 with 5 home runs, 19 RBIs, a .792 OPS, and a 124 OPS plus. I firmly believe he's on track to become an excellent player. We must remember that he's only 22 years old and a rookie. He missed considerable time due to injuries and the COVID-affected season, which resulted in many games not being played. He's working hard to make up for lost time, but that doesn't diminish the immense talent he possesses. He definitely has a lot to offer. From my perspective, he's destined to become a star in this league. I have high expectations for Dominguez. At only 22, what he's accomplishing is quite remarkable. An OPS of .792 is impressive, and while I don't expect him to sustain that, it would be wonderful if he did. To put it in perspective, Bobby Witt had an OPS of .777 during his rookie year. It would be fantastic if Dominguez could maintain a number around .790, maybe even reach 800 OPS. I truly believe he's capable of that. Speaking of players having an exceptional season, the first name that comes to mind is Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has a batting average of .409 with 14 home runs, 39 RBIs, a 1.274 OPS, and a 257 OPS plus. Although Judge's batting average has fallen below .400, some speculated that he might be returning to normal. What did he do next? He got 4 hits in 5 at-bats against Oakland yesterday. 4 hits in 5 at-bats. Judge is simply incredible. To illustrate how remarkable he is, consider Shohei Ohtani, one of the standout players in the league with a .400 on-base percentage. Aaron Judge's batting average is .409, just 1 point below Ohtani's on-base percentage. That's impressive. Moreover, let's analyze this from a new perspective. Aaron Judge's performance is remarkable. Look at Shohei Ohtani, one of the MLB stars. His on-base percentage is .410. Aaron Judge's batting average is .409, just slightly below Ohtani's on-base percentage. That's truly admirable. Additionally, Aaron Judge leads the majors in batting average. He's tied in home runs with another player and also leads the league in RBIs, total bases, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, with his OPS being 200 points higher than the second place, which is again Shohei Ohtani. He's leading the league in WAR and hits. It's astounding the season he's having. Will he be able to maintain this level? I'm not sure. I mean, it's a significant challenge, but imagine if he does. Think about the possibility of winning a Triple Crown. That's attainable. Let's see if that happens. But Aaron Judge, well, just when you think he might return to normal, he goes 4 for 5 with a .409 batting average. It's truly amazing. What an extraordinary season he's having, and he's basically leading the majors in almost all stats. What an incredible year. We must mention Ben Rice. He's batting .260 this year with 9 home runs, 20 RBIs, a .937 OPS, and a 163 OPS plus he recently hit a grand slam. A grand slam. That's exactly what everyone expects to see, especially from him. Another player had 3 hits in 5 attempts in the last game, including 3 doubles, raising his average to .349. Aaron Judge's performance this season is overshadowing even some very impressive seasons, while another player is standing out, but his performance has been eclipsed by Aaron Judge. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a stunning development that has sent shockwaves across Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees have confirmed a blockbuster trade with the Houston Astros, acquiring star second baseman Jose Altuve. The deal, finalized late last night, marks one of the most significant transactions of the season and signals the Yankees' clear intent to make a strong push for the World Series. Altuve, a former MVP and perennial all-star, has been a cornerstone of the Astros franchise for over a decade. Known for his exceptional batting average, speed, and clutch performances, Altuve played a pivotal role in Houston's recent dominance in the American League, including their 2017 World Series title and multiple postseason runs. His departure leaves a noticeable void in the Astros lineup, but also opens a new chapter in his illustrious career. The Yankees, seeking stability and leadership in the infield, see Altuve as the missing piece in their championship puzzle. With injuries and inconsistencies affecting their middle infield over the past few seasons, the addition of Altuve brings not only proven talent but also postseason experience and a winning mentality. Yankees general manager Brian Cashman expressed his enthusiasm about the deal, stating that Altuve's presence in the clubhouse and on the field will elevate the entire roster. While the exact terms of the trade have not yet been disclosed, sources suggest the Yankees parted with a mix of young talent and prospects in return, reflecting the high value placed on a player of Altuve's caliber. The Astros, in turn, are expected to retool with an eye toward the future, investing in youth and building for long-term competitiveness. Altuve is expected to join the Yankees immediately and could make his debut as early as this week, depending on final medical clearances and roster adjustments. Fans in the Bronx are already buzzing with excitement, anticipating the impact the veteran infielder will have both at the plate and in the field. This trade not only reshapes the rosters of two of the American League's powerhouses, but also sets the stage for what promises to be a thrilling remainder of the season. With Altuve in pinstripes, the Yankees are sending a clear message to the rest of the league. They're all in for 2025. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.